views expressed on this program are those of the hosts, guests, and callers, and are not necessarily those of this station, its management, or other advertisers. You're listening to Transformation Talk Radio.
Hi, welcome. This is Dr. John DeMartini. This is one of the most amazing and inspiring shows that you can listen into. If you want to be on the edge of your seats, if you want to open up your heart, if you want to expand your mind, and you want to meet incredible people, stay tuned because you're just about to experience a transformative radio show that will change your life. And you're listening to the Dr. Pat Show that's coming up right next.
The following audio is via a Skype call.
Welcome to the Dr. Pat Show. Talk radio to thrive by. Powerful, inspiring, and coming to you live, bringing you stories of people like you and me, busting through and living life full out. Get ready to dare to wonder what your life would be like if you knew you could not fail.
Hey, everybody. Welcome to the Dr. Pat Show. We got a great lineup for you today. And of course, we're going to start off with Dr. Agnes Frankel joining me here, and then Danielle Rama-Hoffman. But first, let's talk about what this show is and why it is important in a series of conversations that Dr. Agnes is having. So here it is. Move it the right way with my co-host today. But let me just say why this is important and who Dr. Agnes Frankel is. She's somebody that has been recognized around the world for putting new life in the term longevity and what it means to exude this perfect natural beauty from the inside out. She's a trailblazer. She's a health and wellness coach. And every day in her work, in her life, she asks us to explore some simple, yes, yet action-oriented ways that we can end the entire aging process. So today she's joining us so we can take this next conversation to a whole new level. And it has to do with moving it. Dr. Agnes, welcome to the show today. This is really a super important conversation, isn't it?
Hello, Dr. Pat. Thank you for having me, and thank you for this amazing introduction. I love being here, and yes, this is actually very interesting and very crucial for everyone who is willing to be feeling good and have this longevity feeling inside and out. So I think this topic is really game changer because you can start every day, you can start now, and that's what I would love everyone who is listening to do. My aim for today is, please, if you're listening right now and if you can do anything to move, so to listen when you're moving, walking, go outside, please do it. So you can listen and move at the same time, right, Dr. Pat? And in a second, we'll tell you how to do it the right way.
Yeah. And, the point is that we are in an epidemic of not moving. And going from your house to the car is not what we're talking about exactly. We are talking about how we need to be, first of all, mindful, and secondly, talk about what we can do differently on a day-to-day basis. And that's what you're going to help us with, right?
Of course. I will quote my dear friend and mentor, Tony Robbins, who said that we're living in this box life. So we are having this box breakfast, then we are going to our box car, and we are in our box-shaped office, and then we're going to our box gym. So actually we're just sitting and driving, and in between moving a little bit. And it totally is disaster for our health and for our long well-being, because it puts us into this mode of not being human beings, but actually being people who are sitting all the time and disrupt themselves for the best feeling they can give themselves by just moving. So the reason why I really wanted to underline the importance of moving is by speaking with many people. Many people, business owners, really high-end professionals, but also, busy moms or elderly people, they've got different excuses like, oh, I don't have time. That's my best one. Like, come on, you don't have time to move? No, I don't have time. Or I'm too old, or I've got adrenal fatigue, or I've got my little kid. So for all these reasons, I have got great answers. And I really assure you can move whenever you are, how old, whatever age you are. There's really no excuse. But the most important thing for everyone who is listening, and also for us, and I would like everyone who is listening to really answer this question for themselves, and you too, Dr. Pat, because it's really cool exercise. I really believe that only listening to us is no improvement. What you can actually do is to listening and doing things in the same moment. So please ask yourself, why would you be willing to do some movement, and why would you be willing to do some exercise? Is it a must for you? And if not, what would have to happen to make it a must for you to have this 30, 20, 40 minutes for you every day to move?
Yeah. Well, here's the thing that I want to talk to you about around this. One is moving to putting a moving strategy to something that you actually don't enjoy doing. That does not work. It doesn't work for me, and it doesn't work for a lot of people. And so why do we pick these things and say, oh, I'm going to do Zumba, or, oh, I'm going to lift weights? And really what we'd rather be doing is ballroom dancing. Yeah.
In fact, it doesn't really matter what kind of exercise you are willing to approach and you're willing to do. The only thing that matters is to get your lovely body and move it. And again, the first thing is you need to find out for yourself a really juicy reason why you would be willing to move your body. And it really has to be so juicy that making this movement everyday habit. So be willing to do it every day, 5 days a week for, as I said, like preferably 30, 40 minutes. You would be really just up to wake up, let's say 6 o'clock, schedule the time that from 6 till 6:30 I'm having this time for myself and I'm going to rock with my body and move my body. You have to have this reason why. So I would love to give you some reasons, and just please listen. Exercises is the best drug ever, because it helps you to feel amazing. No alcohol, no really hard drugs will give you the same. Exercises, moving your body, change your physiology on a really high level. It change your hormones. Called hormones elixirs of life, because actually hormones create the balance in our body and help us rejuvenate, help us feel amazing, like endorphins are great antidepressants, so boosts our moods. And if there's anyone who is suffering for depression or low moods, or would love to add some joy to their life, please just start moving 5 days a week and see the changes for yourself after 2 weeks. It's great for cardiovascular, so for high blood tension people, who stressed out people, it really helps a lot.
Well, I want to ask you this question about the relationship between, being healthy and being fit. And I want to just share, like for me, and Benny will tell you that I started to play table tennis again, better known as ping pong. And the hardest thing for me to do was show up and get started. And, know that this is something I really enjoy doing, win, lose. But here's what I noticed about it. I think I started this about a year ago again. And what I noticed is, I'm more aware now of making healthy choices in other places of my life. like healthy choices around food, healthy choices about how I spend my time, healthy choices about what I'm listening to or not listening to on the news. What is the connection with healthy and fit, and how are they tied together?
Well, it's pretty easy and obvious. When you, after some period of time, when you start feeling how exercises influence your body, you really feel better. You can see the changes for yourself, and when you feel better, you want to keep doing that, and you want to add something more to check if you feel even better or not. So after moving your body, when those endorphins, the good feeling hormones are in your body, you feel energized, you feel like, oh, I can conquer the world, you want to add something more and something more. It's really biological ladder that you want to go up and up and up. And that's so interesting, but that's so amazing that when you really start seeing and feeling the difference, you want to up to this difference. But the most important is to start. And when I know for sure from myself and many, many people, the most important thing is to really schedule the time daily and to make it into a habit. So please, everyone who is listening, just think about a time, take a calendar if you can, and just schedule the time right now. Now is the best time. It's the only time you have. So please think about a 30-minute spot, preferably first thing in the morning, just to fire yourself up for a whole beautiful long day, and have this time for yourself. And after a week, I promise you would be willing to schedule another week in advance. That's what it makes to you and to your body.
Idea. I love that idea because, that I think is a hesitation of most. We don't start because we think it's just completely overwhelming. We're going to take a short break. When we come back, Dr. Agnes is going to walk us through Mr. Two-Face. What is that? How do we approach exercise in the right way? How do we know what's beneficial? And how do we know what to stay away from? If you want to find out more about Dr. Agnes Frankel, check it out, Dr. Agnes Frankel, FRANKEL.com, Instagram, Facebook, all of the above, YouTube. We'll be right back.
Treat the body and expand the soul on June 1st with Lynn Brown. Imagine 3 days in a hand-built log home nestled in the Cascade Mountain. Activate the collaboration between the body and spirit and allow the accelerated connection as one of the most powerful ways to light up your cells, honor the body's needs in this all-inclusive event. Visit lynnmbrown.com or call 206-931-7356. Tune in to the hit show Mouthing Off with Chef Rossi. Chef Rossi mouths off about different subjects in pursuit of breaking down walls and opening up your minds. She and Dr. Pat banter back and forth, taking from the headlines of the day on subjects that reach beyond what goes on in the world into your hearts. And go to theragingskillet.com to find out more and let Chef Rossi know what's on your mind.
Tune in to The Jen Royster Show, intuitive guidance to inspire your life, each Thursday at 8 a.m. Pacific and 11 a.m. Eastern on TransformationTalkRadio.com. This amazing show is an inspirational hour that will take you on an epic metaphysical journey to discover the spiritual approach to life's greatest challenges. Dr. Jen is an internationally known intuitive counselor, spiritual teacher, and energy healer. Call in for intuitive readings and visit JenRoyster.com for more information.
Is traditional medicine not working for you? Do you still feel as if your health isn't 100%? Here at the Holistic Medical Center, Dr. Nushin Darvish and the qualified staff look through the dimensions of wellness and start a healing plan prioritized to your needs. Our physicians assess the whole you until complete health is achieved. Get the help you need by visiting drdarvish.com or call 425-451-0404. Awareness is universal. Establishing a living awareness through meditation brings peaceful, healthy, and creative well-being into your everyday life. The practice of living awareness, Spirit Fire's own meditation practice, is built on this belief and is designed for every level of practitioner. Each year, Spirit Fire hosts living awareness meditation retreats that allow you to explore the practice in depth at our retreat center in beautiful Western Massachusetts. Introduce yourself to meditation and the practice at the Foundation's retreat. Attend, in silence, a silent meditation retreat focused on mindfulness, presence, and nature, or be engaged with the meditation sittings themselves at the Deepening Retreat. Start adding to your awareness and attend a meditation retreat designed to cultivate consciousness in your everyday life. For details on attending a Living Awareness meditation retreat, visit upcoming events at www.spiritfire.com.
Players, put your pinky rings up to the moon. Girls, what y'all trying to do? 24-karat magic in the air.
Welcome back, everyone. Welcome back. You know, one of the things that we've learned, especially for those of you that are thinking, you know, I want to heal my body, we enter into this catch-22 sometimes, where especially if we're not feeling well or we're in a lot of pain, you know, we don't realize that there are many, many options for us to move. And I was sharing with Dr. Agnes Frankel, my co-host today, that I discovered a number of years ago an elliptical device, which cost maybe about $100, I think. You can get it on Amazon. And for those of you that are saying, I have so much pain I can't move, you can literally sit on your couch, or if you're in the office, sit in your chair, and it is an elliptical machine that puts no strain on your body. You can move your body. You can adjust the tension of it. So for me, the message today through Dr. Agnes is, listen, there's something for each and every one of us to do. Right, Dr. Agnes? Now we're going to talk about Mr. Two-Face, because sometimes we approach this right and sometimes we don't. Yeah. Give us the insider about that.
Of course. So I would like to start with a question, of course, everyone, because as I said before, for me, listening is not enough. So everyone who is listening, I would like you to really step up and start doing something. And the question for everyone, and also you, Dr. Pat, if I may, is when you think about someone who is really healthy and you visualize this person, how do you see it, person? If you could describe how his posture is and his breathing pattern. If you could do it for me, Dr. Pat.
Sure. Let me just start out by saying this. There's something about somebody that feels good about themselves, Dr. Agnes, that sometimes you can't describe physically. It's like an energy. You know what I mean? There's like an energy that comes off of the person. And the thing I want to say about what your question is, that it has nothing to do with the age of the person. I want to give you an example exactly. Every Sunday, I go and I go to Bothell, the Bothell Senior Center here, and I go play ping pong with my friends. And I'm talking about people, men and women, some of the ages of these folks. One of them is 84 years old. And I want to just say, and I played with a gentleman last week who's not going to be there. He's going off to Ireland. He's even older than that. And what these folks have about them is, you know, a pep in their step, even if they cannot run, even if they cannot move quickly. But there's an energy of joy that you can tell is happening with them. They move in the most extraordinary ways. They get some of these balls that are hit very, very quickly. And if you were to just see them maybe in the grocery store, you would never, ever imagine that they could do that. But they do. So there's a confidence about them. There's a strength to the way they walk, you know, the way they talk. how engaging they are personally. And you would think, well, why is that? Well, a lot of reasons, right?
Yeah, and actually, Dr. Pat, that's in fact what health is, a state of total balance and total wellness. And in that state, all body systems are working optimally, and that's what we want to achieve when we think about moving our body and exercises. And I'm pretty sure that 90% of our listeners, when I ask to envision someone who is really, healthy and thriving with wellness, no one visualized a person like chubby person hunched over with a big belly, right? And couldn't breathe properly, because that's not the way. When we think about someone who is healthy, we just feel the energy, and we would give anything to feel like that, because that's the joy of being alive, when we are healthy and we feel like we can achieve anything and just thrive. So that's the goal we want to achieve with exercising. And not everyone knows how to do it, and that's the trick in here. Exercise is like this Mr. Two-Face. I call it like that from the Batman movie, because exercise, when approached the good way, can be the good guy. But we can also do we can really exercise too much, push our body, and that's when the Mr. Bad guy, the second face, approaches. And let me just divide and tell you how to do it the right way. So, when we want to thrive with energy, and when we want to do it the right way, we're thinking about exercising like dancing, like Zumba, like running, but not marathon, but just the exercises that you can really breathe easily, and actually even jogging while speaking to someone else. So it's not exercise that you push yourself to the limits. No. It's like walking. It's like playing ping pong even. So doing things on your own speed, on your own tempo. And this exercise, the good guy, stands for aerobic exercise.
Yeah.
So it's moderate exercise that does not speed up your heart rate as much as the first guy. So you this, as I said, dancing, swimming, fast walking, whatever. And this time your body burns fat. So the big benefit of this exercise is burning calories, right? Having this shape and this body bikini for the summer. And this is probably what everyone or almost everyone wants as a side effect, because it's nice to have great body and feel amazing about the body we have. So when you're exercising in this way, you are creating alkaline environment in the body. So that's the way we want to do it. The first guy, the bad guy, is called anaerobic. Anaerobic exercise. And now please listen to me really carefully.
Yeah, I want to hear what you're going to say about this. Come on.
Yeah. It means without the oxygen. And it refers to exercise that produce power only for a short period of time. So it's when your heart rate is high, as for example, picture lifting weights, where certain parts of your body need to do a tremendous amount of work for a short period of time, and that's important.
And you're talking about lifting weights. I want to be very clear about it. Is you're not talking about the style of lifting weights that maybe like I do, where I'm using bands and I move very quickly because I'm not doing like 5 million pounds trying to lift over my head, but rather I'm doing 10, 15, 20 reps. You're not talking about
I mean like really lifting weights like athletes.
Like Benny does.
But also when you're running, but long distances without proper preparation, for example, your heart pumps like crazy and you can't even feel your legs anymore like this. Those of you who had an experience of going to the gym after a long break and woke up the next day with massive muscle pain know what I'm talking about. When doing exercise like this, your body burns sugar instead of fat, and in the end of the complicated biochemical processes, it produces acid. So, it's called lactic acid, and that's, the second day feeling of your legs when you can't really move anymore and you feel pain everywhere.
Yeah.
So that's the symptoms that you produce and create acidic environment in your body. And that's the feeling we don't really want to have. So again, summing up, we don't want to exercise the way that you don't remember what your name is anymore. No. And when you do it, that's not the, a prescription for having greatest shape ever. The opposite. Doing that also creates acids, and for a long run, it won't help you and won't help you achieve the health you would love to have. But doing moderate exercise, that's the best solution, and that's what you want to do. And that's a really, really big trick not everyone is talking about.
Well,
and here is the...
Well, let me ask you this, because I want to talk about this when we come back from break. What you're talking about is so different than what our pop culture would have us to believe, which I think, Dr. Agnes, by the way, is what turns people off, because we can never keep up with Jillian on The Biggest Loser or something like that. And so what you're presenting is many, many more options for people. When we come
everyone.
back, when we come back, here's what I want to talk to you about. I want to talk to you about, wait a minute, what is involved in this? What can we do? Let's talk about the kinds of exercises involved, but also how do we start? And then, by the way, what is the best thing to eat before? What kind of water should we drink? Do we drink the water before? And one of my favorites, what do we do about the dreaded cramps? Yes, everybody, you're hearing me. We're going to take a short break when we come back. Lots of exercises, lots of things to do. I'm going to tell you where you can get some of the things that I use. This is for anybody out there that's thinking, I have not been able to exercise in 10 years. I'm telling you, we got a solution. 1-800-930-2819. 1-800-930-2819. When we come back, I'm going to share with Dr. Agnes how a 6-foot piece of rubber saved my life. We'll be right back.
Sooner or later that spark just disappears.
On the cutting edge of the new mainstream, Christine Upchurch is passionate about bringing together science, psychology, and spirituality in a way that can be applied to our everyday lives for true transformation. The Christine Upchurch Show, stellar conversations to illuminate your journey, engages some of the most outstanding visionaries on the planet in lively dialogue to inspire you to become that bright light you're meant to be. Join Christine every Friday at 11 a.m. Pacific Time on KKNW, AM 1150, and Transformation Talk Radio.
A word of caution: if you prefer the status quo and you are not interested in improving every aspect of your life, this book will trigger the shift out of you. The Truth is Funny, Shift Happens is available now. Author Colette Steffen brings the powerful knowledge and life-changing energy and empowerment from the radio airwaves to the pages of her new book. To get your copy in paperback or ebook, visit thetruthисfunny.com today.
When your body is awakened, your spirit comes alive. Dana Canetto is a transformational guide, embodiment coach, and spiritual mentor assisting women in realigning with their truth and embodying who they are by connecting to the wisdom of their body. Tune in every month on Transformation Talk Radio and the Dr. Pat Show Network for Body Divinity Radio with Dana Canetto. For more information on Dana and her services, visit DanaCanetto.com. That's DanaCanneto.com.
Gifted intuitive healer and spiritual teacher Sarah Luce brings her unique style to the hit show Small Steps, Big Breakthrough Radio on TransformationTalkRadio.com. Tune in each month as Sarah turns reality on end and shows us how to experience expansive results with simple yet powerful steps. Expect an enlightening bend on what you currently believe is possible. For show details and upcoming topics, visit sarahloos.com. That's SARALOOS.com.
Tune in to Dynamics of Diversity Radio, scripting the new narrative for immigration with leading experts Kripa Upadhyaya and Steve Tanijo on TransformationTalkRadio.com. This show will remove the noise that often accompanies discussions on this topic and share a new perspective on the dynamics of immigration and diversity, ever reminding us that together we are all at the core of innovation, excellence, and positive change. Visit OrbitLawPLLC.com for upcoming topics. Welcome to the Dr. Pat Show, Talk Radio to Thrive By. I am so thrilled to be talking to all of you. We have got talk radio for all of us. Are you ready and willing and able to accept all of the abundance you can muster up in your life? Check us out at drpatshow.com, transformationtalkradio.com, transformationradio.fm. Oh my goodness.
Every time one of us ending up in tears, out of nowhere, out of nowhere.
Hey everybody, welcome back. Dr. Agnes, Frankel, and I. And you know what? We would love to have one of our callers. I cannot believe we're doing this. This is amazing. First caller calls in with a question today and gives us some information. You will receive a complimentary coaching summer body mind transformation with Dr. Agnes. Whoa. 1-800-930-2819. 1-800-930-2819. And for those of you that have just been pinging me about this InMotion machine, I'm going to post it on my social media so you can see it. And maybe I'll even take a picture of it in the office. But for those of you out there, I hope my team's listening to the show so they know what I'm talking about. But I just sent Dr. Agnes the picture. Dr. Agnes, tell us about this caller that's going to receive this coaching from you. Tell us about what they're going to be able to experience with you.
Okay, so I need to warn you, it's not going to be easy coaching call. Because I really, really, really want someone who is motivated. Only motivated people, I believe, can achieve goals. But after the first complimentary 60-minute coaching with me, yes, it's 60 minutes of really breakthrough coaching, I promise you will be fired up and you will be willing to go for it and even start the same day seeing the first signs of improvement the same day and the days to come. So everyone who is not afraid to try and do it for yourself, I'm more happy than, meet you in person. So don't hesitate, just, dare to try. Yeah. And Dr. Pat, I would love to tell you that the machine you shared with me and you will be sharing with everyone is really amazing because it's small. You can put it under your table and you can do your work and work on this machine simultaneously. So it's like win-win situation, right?
It is win-win. And what I love about it is, remember how you said, you have to move. Here's what I want to just tell everybody. If you have had the healing journey that I've had, trust me when I say I know what it means to be in pain. I also want to tell you I know what it means to be 100 pounds heavier than I am today. So I'm not doing a show like this with Dr. Agnes just to say, oh, it's summer and we've got to do this. I'm saying that we can take back our bodies, that we do not have to live in the kind of pain, that we can do some things which are not going to cause your body to get more damage than what it is. So we have solutions. So tell us a couple of different exercises that you've discovered that will help people. And what do you think about that little in-motion thing I sent you?
Okay, so before sharing and telling you about the exercises, I would like to do some maths in here. And I would love everyone to focus, because what I'm going to share right now is a really essential point to make this exercise be really efficient for everyone. And here, it doesn't matter if you're healthy or with adrenal fatigue or just having your little kid with you, and it doesn't matter what age you are. But what matters are numbers, so please let me just explain. So now, we are still thinking about this aerobic exercise. So the good guy we want to flirt with, let's call it like that, to have this amazing energy and body. And to benefit from aerobic exercise, you must get your heart beating within your aerobic training heart rate zone. And that's crucial. This zone is between 60 to 85 of your maximum attained heart rate. So your maximum attainable heart rate is how fast your heart rate would beat if you were exercise all out to the point of completely exhaustion. That's the definition. Fortunately, you don't have to really do it to this point. You can estimate your maximum attainable heart rate by subtracting your present age from 220. So everyone, maximum attainable heart rate is 220 minus your age. So just remember the number 220, your age, and now you've got this rate, this maximum attainable heart rate. Please count it, have it in mind. I will give you 2 more points, really important. Now, I would like to tell you about low end of aerobic heart rate zone. So to know what your low end is, you need to have your maximum heart rate and make it plus 0.6. High end of aerobic heart rate zone is maximum heart rate 0.85. So now you've got those numbers. You've got your maximum attainable heart rate, you've got a low end of aerobic heart rate zone.
Yeah, can you say that again? Can you walk us through that one more time? Yeah. I want to make sure
of course.
we walk through that one more time, because that's super important.
I know, yeah, and it might be complicated. So let's make it simple and make it clear. So if you are, let's say, 40 years old, your maximum attainable heart rate is 180 beats per minute. Why? Because we have this number 220 minus your age. So 220 minus 40 years old or minus 60 or whatever your age is. 220 minus your age, in this case minus 40, is 180. So this number for you is crucial for the whole year. This person aerobic heart rate zone ranges from 108 beats per minute to 153 beats per minute. Why? Because we just make it like that. The maximum attainable heart rate, as I said, we know is 180. The low end of aerobic heart rate zone is 0.6 maximum heart rate. So 180.6 times, right? And 180.6 times is, Dr. Pat, as I said, 108 beats per minute.
Wow.
Is that true? Have we got it? Right?
Well, yeah,
okay.
And the reason I want to talk about this is because there's a couple of reasons I want to talk about it. First and foremost is, I didn't say this, but I got a little fit thing that you put on your wrist for my birthday or Christmas or something like that.
Yeah.
And I don't wear it very much. And Linda was like, do you have your Fitbit on? Do you have your Fitbit on? Jessica wears her Fitbit. And I'm like, no, I don't have my Fitbit on. And I'm asking myself, how hard is it for me to put this thing on, Dr. Agnes, right?
Mm-hmm.
No, it's not hard. But here's what I've noticed. Now that I've started to exercise more and I got my little machine in my office, in the studio, I want to wear my Fitbit. Why do I want to do that? Because I think we're human beings. We want to be able to see that our effort, what we put in, what we do, is going to result in some measurement. And I think that's what you're talking about. Not everybody is going to want to do this to lose weight. I certainly didn't do that to lose 100 pounds in like 4 years here, 5 years. But I want to do it because I want to live and I want to thrive, right? Isn't that what your message is about here, Dr. Agnes?
The message is that sometimes numbers are important.
Yeah.
And in this case, numbers are important, and to get track of those numbers, to make sure that we are in aerobic state, so in the hands of the good guy, not in the anaerobic state. So in the, that we are creating the alkalizing field in our bodies, not the acidic. So that's why it's important. And we can do it by maths, counting, or you can, as you said, we can use some devices, buy them and really keep track while using them. But this is important to make sure that we are really creating this balance. And exercising at 60% of our maximum attainable rate is so comfortable that we can really maintain a conversation without getting winded. And that's how we can do it. And how many doctors who I know is asking his patients to do it without counting anything. That's the easiest way. So while jogging or doing some exercise, if you can really have an easy conversation with someone, it means that we can be pretty sure that you are in aerobic exercising state. So that's pretty obvious. But please again remember that if you can track, it's always sometimes better to track, to buy the device. It depends what goals you want to achieve and what you are willing to create, in your body and with the type of exercising you are doing. And let me just tell one more essential thing. I have been working with so many different people and with so many different ages. The youngest one was 13. The oldest one, I believe she was 86. And 80% of people I've been working with did the exercising really the bad way, forcing themselves, creating acidic environment. And the worst thing what they could do is they were drinking coffee or taking guarana tablets before exercising, to have more stamina, more energy, and actually creating more acidic environment in their bodies. And after just changing this one little thing from anaerobic to aerobic, it's like bam. They really started to have fun and joy from moving their bodies. And that's what we're willing to achieve. So we don't want to exhaust you. It's the opposite. We want you to have fun. And having fun while moving your body, that's the thing everyone who is listening should consider when asking yourself, what exercise should I be doing? So please remember, the answer is simple. The exercise that makes you smile. So if you love dancing, start dancing. Yeah. If it's walking, please start walking, but do it every day. If you like jumping on a trampoline, start jumping. It doesn't really matter what you do, but please start doing it right now. And also, if you're struggling with adrenal fatigue or some kind of thyroid problems, even walking is enough. Don't push yourself. walking is really something, is like a good point to start with. Am I right, Dr. Pat?
You're absolutely right. And, here's what I want to say about how right you really are. If you don't believe us, all I'm asking you to do, those of you listening, many of you I know are listening and have gone through your own healing crisis. Many of you are thinking, I don't have time. I want to say this. If you are a busy person and you are thinking to yourself, you do not have time, we're going to post on the website, we're going to post this in-motion machine that I bought when I literally could hardly walk. And what I mean by that is that I've learned, and Dr. Agnes is saying to you, we need to set down every excuse we have and be advocates for our own lives. That's what today's show is about. And so what she does is she works with people all over the world. And what she does and has put together is she has said, listen, I have heard every idea, every excuse, everything that we tell ourselves. And our medical conditions do not have to be a stop sign. That's what I'm hearing you say, that you customize and created things so that people, even people like me, Dr. Agnes, do you know, in 2009, I was looking at a wheelchair. That was going to be what my destiny looked like.
Oh, no.
Right. Oh, no is right. But I didn't even have you there. I learned the hard way. And so today's message is we got a lot of hot tips. You work with people. This is your purpose. This is your passion. And we can help everybody. But isn't your message also, let's start slowly?
Yeah, let's start slowly, definitely. And the key is, please don't compare yourself with anyone else. You are unique, your body is unique, your body systems are unique, and your hormonal balance is unique in your body. So your conditions are also unique. Knowing that, you can at first speak with your health professional, someone who knows your body concerns. You can ask, hey, can I do this kind of exercise? So please communicate, ask questions, as many as possible, and of course, start slowly with your own pace. And it doesn't matter that your best friend is already, doing it and crushing it and going to the gym 5 times a week. If you are just walking half an hour, 3 times a week, but that's like huge step for you, you should be proud, right? Because that's what it's all about. So, and again, that's the best drug ever, because after 4 weeks, you would be willing to do it more and more. Your body will ask you to do it and really schedule time. It's like sugar. It creates addiction, but that's the kind of addiction you really want to have. So make sure you create this thing, and you will thank me in 4 weeks' time, because that's something you won't stop. You would be willing to do till the end of your life, and I promise you, your body will thank you.
Well, here's what we want to say about this. We're talking about making a decision that you want to thrive for the rest of your life. That's really what we're doing here. And, by having you join us today on the show, what we're doing is we're giving people a way to look into how they can make a lifestyle change, because that's what it was for me. Not that I wasn't battling, as we like to say, a condition in my system, which I holistically approached. We're saying that this isn't about a thing. It's about our lives, Dr. Agnes. That's what we're trying to say here.
Yeah, that's true. And summing up, I would like everyone who's listening again, please, now think about your why and create so irresistible why that you would like to, let's go, die for it. Always have it in mind. Like you wake up in the morning, you have your juicy why, and you know why you're waking up and just going and let's call it crushing it, right? You're having this walk, you're going running, or you're just having this 20-minute dance in the morning. So please think about your why. And the second thing is schedule it. When you know your why you're doing it, please schedule it for 5 days and do it right now. There is no point to wait. Just do it, plan it. That's the most important meeting with yourself you can create, and you will be really glad you did it. So be specific, create specific time span, and do it right now. The third thing,
go ahead. No, please.
The third thing I would love to leave the listeners with is, when you approach any kind of exercise, always be self-loving. As cliche as it sounds, that's really what we want to do. You don't want to harm yourself. You don't want to push yourself to the limit. You want to be soft, self-loving, give yourself space and time for healing, for gaining the energy, for building up your body to more and more, exercising time. So make the goal achievable for you. Don't compare. We are not getting here. We are not aiming for perfection. We just want us to improve step by step, slowly, in your own pace.
Tell me, Dr. Agnes, tell me about, I mentioned it before, and I don't want us to run out of time before we have a conversation, water. I did a show on water a couple of weeks ago to try to talk about, the importance of water, but especially the importance of certain kinds of water, at least how I've seen it affect me in my life. But most people literally don't even drink 2 glasses of water a day, maybe not even a glass of water a day. They don't do it. They just don't drink a glass of water. Now, when I say that to you, what do you say to that? And I'm serious about it. Buying soda is not water. Coffee is not water, right? So what role does that play?
Okay, so water is the must-have, especially when you're moving your body. And no drinking coffee to boost your energy. That's big no-no. Also, as I mentioned, no guarana or any sodas or energetic drinks. They will just harm you and push you out, destroy the healthy balance you want to create. So there is big no. But when you're exercising, you want to drink, and you want to drink water, clean, fresh water, preferably alkaline water, but actually any water is good, and it's better than no water at all.
That's correct.
So remember, we need to all start with something. If you missed our conversation about water, I'm pretty sure you can listen it somewhere in the archives. Am I right, Dr. Pat?
Absolutely.
So please go there and listen, because I can't really express how important is drinking pure water, especially when moving. And also during all day, my rule for it is drinking a glass of water every hour. So that way you make sure you're drinking about 2 liters of water a day. Also, it differs what kind of person you are, how much you move, what age you are, if it's summer or, if it's snowing outside. So the temperature. But more or less, let's say it's a rule, 1 glass of water every hour, schedule it again, and remember about it. Because moving your body and drinking water is the best couple ever. They always go together, and you can't forget about one of them, because they create the perfection in themselves. So moving your body, drinking water, that's the big yes.
I love it. Dr. Agnes, this time has gone by so quickly. One last question. Please give out your website. Please let folks know how they can work with you directly. And also, would you please give us your personal message for the day?
Yeah, of course. So let me start from the personal message for the day. You who is listening to us right now, take action now. After listening to us, do it. Do something for yourself. Move it at least 10 minutes, preferably 30. I really hope and I will achieve my aim if you will be willing to do it now. Do it straight away and just move your body and drink water, because moving your body is really crucial. And my website for everyone who is willing to explore some more about wellness and thriving with health and beauty is dragnes.com. So many great articles up there. I hope you will enjoy, and also YouTube channel Dr. Agnes Frankel. So pop there after moving your body for more inspiration. And also I'm waiting for this one person who dares to have coaching with me.
Yes, you bet. Well, thank you, Dr. Agnes Frankel. We're going to take a short break, everyone. And when we come back, the tablets of light. Danielle Rama Hoffman joining me here today. And as usual, Dr. Agnes, you rock. Great job.
Dr. Pat, you are the best. Thank you for having me.
You bet. We'll be right back.
Preceding audio was via a Skype call.